I'm going to walk you through the entire process of getting your online ordering set up on your WordPress website. So let's suppose you have a WordPress website and you want to get online orders using your own website. So you have to do a few things, okay? First of all, you have to install a WordPress plugin, which is called Smart Online Order. It's found on WordPress. Next thing you have to have is a Clover POS. You have to have access to clover.com. So from your computer, you have to log into clover.com, okay? And then the third thing you have to have is your password for your WordPress website. So how to log into the backend. So for example, this is your WordPress dashboard. You have to log in, okay? So you have to have all these things ready to go before you can start accepting online orders or before proceeding to the next step. Once you have those things ready, it's very simple to do the rest of the necessary steps. So the first thing you do is you want to go to clover.com. You can also go to your website first, but I'm going to do it in this order. What you do is you choose your location, okay? From the drop down, choose the correct location. Okay, if you're going to install it at Sam's Restaurant, choose Sam's Restaurant. If you want to install it at Falafel Express, choose Falafel Express, okay? So here we have Falafel Express. Make sure you see the name here. If you have several Falafel Expresses, please confirm it's the correct location. How do you do that? Go to Account and Setup and then check the business information and see the business address is the correct Falafel Express. If you have 5 Falafel Expresses, they're all in the same city, make sure you have the correct one, okay? So once you know that you're at the correct location, then you can proceed to the next step, which is more tools. Once you press more tools, you're gonna do a search for Smart Online Order right here. Type in smart space online space order, enter. Once you press the enter button, you'll see Smart Online Order. Click on it, okay? And then you see Falafel Express here, and you see Smart Online Order here, and you see Connect here. Okay, we're gonna connect Smart Online Order to Falafel Express on that one Adam Street. I press Connect. Now I choose my plan. We have the $30 unlimited, we have the retail, we have this one. So because we already have a website, as you saw earlier, we fall under this plan, which is the $30 a month plan, okay? And then I press accept, and then I press open, and it's gonna give me this questionnaire here. It's gonna ask me a question. What circumstance or situation best describes you as a business at this moment? So in this case, I have a WordPress website, or I'm a web developer. Why am I doing that? The reason why I'm doing that is because, like I mentioned earlier, I have a WordPress website and I feel pretty confident that I can do it myself. When you feel confident you can do it yourself, then what you do is you choose the first option right here, okay? And then now I give my API key. I copy this API key and then I log into my WordPress dashboard. How do I log into my WordPress dashboard? You either put WP admin at the end, or you can do a Google search on how to log into your WordPress website. Once you do that, you come to the back end of your WordPress dashboard. Next thing you do is you go to plugins and press add new plugin right here, add new. Once you're at add new plugin, you're gonna search either for Clover or you can search for Smart Online Order. Both of them takes you to the same place. So let's just do Smart Online Order, okay? Once you do that, you'll see Smart Online Order for Clover, okay? Press install now. Once you press install now, it's gonna start installing it. Give it maybe about 20-30 seconds to let it fully install. So while it's installing, I'm gonna go ahead and mention a few other things. After it's installed, so I can proceed from this step forward. I'm gonna press the activate button, which you have to do as well. And then we have Smart Online Order installed. You'll see a new button on your bottom left hand of your WordPress dashboard called Clover Orders. So press this button and then press Settings. Once you press Settings, it's gonna ask you for the API key. And what's the API key? API key is the one we got earlier from the Clover dashboard. And then just paste your API key here, okay? I'm gonna paste mine. I'm gonna press Save Changes. Once I press Save Changes, what does it do now? It's going to verify my address from the one I had before, okay? And then from here, I press Save Changes. Once your address is confirmed, then you have to import your inventory. So press Import Sync Inventory right here. Once you do that, give it up to 1 minute or even 2 minutes to import your inventory. Depending on how much inventory you have, it could take some time. So just be patient while that happens. In this case, the inventory is not too big, so it was pretty quick, as you noticed. Once you have your inventory imported, press refresh. You may not see a refresh button at the time you're watching this video, but if you do see it, press it. Now that we've done that, we have 6 categories, 47 items, 4 modifier groups, and 1 taxes. Okay, now the next step is to go down here and look through this list. And you have to ask yourself the question, am I doing delivery? If you are, then keep it the way it is. If you're not doing delivery, disable it right here, disable it, okay? But if you are, just leave it the way it is. Categories and items, go through here and find out if you're not selling a specific category. For example, if you're not offering sides, hide it like that. That's all you have to do. Now sides won't show up on your website. But before I go any further, I want to show you what it looks like, because we just installed something on the WordPress website. So I'm going to go ahead and open a new tab, name, and then I'm going to press /store. When you press /store, you will see the order online page here. You may be wondering, where did this information come from? This came from the Clover inventory, okay? And what's the Clover inventory? Let me show you where the Clover inventory is. This is the Clover inventory, okay? It comes from here, okay? So when you do see this, remember it comes from here, this place, okay? That's where your inventory comes from, okay? Now that we've done that, we have to do a couple of more important steps. Press Account and Setup again. You may have to enter your password, so go ahead and enter your password. And once you do that, press Business Information, and then you want to check your business hours. Make sure it's correct. Here's your business hours. Make sure you have these here. If you don't have it, add your business hours, because your online ordering will be based on these hours here, okay? So if you're closed on Saturday, make sure to put closed Saturday so people don't order online on Saturday. If you happen to close early on Wednesday, maybe for some emergency, come here and change it, okay? Because it will follow these hours here. All right, so that's how you adjust your online order hours. Next thing you want to do is you want to go back to Account and Setup, and then press Order Receipts, okay? Order Receipts. It's very important that you press Order Receipts, because you want order note checked, because you want to know if a customer leaves special instructions like extra sauce, no pickles, extra onions, or something like that. You can see that on the printed receipt. So if you don't have this box checked, then you can't see that information. You also want to check the box Show Customer Info. The reason why is if Mike orders a sandwich, it will say Mike's name on the receipt. That way you want to know who ordered the food, because if you don't have this checked, then you won't know who ordered. It's very important to check this box. So again, these two. The rest are optional. That's up to you. These are required or very important for online ordering. And then press Save. Press Account and Setup again. Now this time press Payment Receipts, which is right below it right here. On this one, it's a little bit easier. You're only going to check the box, this one right here, okay? This one you don't need to, because the kitchen needs to know the special instructions, not the front desk. But if you want, you can, but I don't think it'll show it on the front, because Clover shows the special instructions on the back of the kitchen. Okay, check this box here. It's towards the bottom. Press Save. Next thing you want to do is you want to go to Order Note. Order Note is, let's see, where's Order Note here? Order Note, you may not have it. If you do have it, make sure you have a default, sorry, not Order Note, Order Type. Make sure you have a default order type. Sorry, it's right here. I didn't see it. Order type. The reason why this is important, because you want to make a default order type for your in-store customers, right? So make sure online is not like highlighted. Make sure something inside your store is highlighted, like dine in, pick up, to go, something like that, not online order. Once you make that default, and then keep it like that. If you don't have, if you only show two of these, like 1 and 2, make another one and make that default. Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go back to the website. We have all these categories and items here. Okay. Now we can kind of spice it up, make it look nicer. How do we do that? We do that from the back end. Where's the back end? Back end is the back end of your WordPress dashboard. So how can we make this look better? We add images to it. So for sandwiches and wraps, I can choose, go through my category here, I can add a picture to it. So again, I'm doing this for somebody else, so I'm not exactly sure which one falls in that category. But if you know your items, then you add that picture. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, that one looks like a chicken. Okay, I'm going to just choose this picture. It says chicken shawarma. Okay, that should be fine, I believe. Let me just see. Okay, shawarma chicken. Yeah, I think that's right. So I did get it right. Okay, I'm going to choose this one, and then I'm going to press insert to post. Do you see how I just did that? Now all I do is I refresh the order online page, and when I view sandwiches and wraps, I see my chicken shawarma picture under the category name. The nice thing about adding pictures to categories is that you don't have to add individual items. You still can, but you don't have to. Okay. Again, that's how you add category images. If you want to add item images, then you do it from here, item images. Let me show you where that's at. Right here, item images. So if I want to add a picture to shawarma, I type in the word shawarma because that's the item name, shawarma chicken. It's right here. And then I say add item image. And then I upload my image. I'm going to choose this one, chicken shawarma. Yep. And then I press save item. If you want to add a description, go for it. You can do it right here. Shawarma tastes great. Okay, save item. Now that I have done that, I'm going to go back to my website. I'm going to refresh it so I can see my new description that I just added. I put shawarma chicken tastes great. Click on it, you can see a bigger picture of it. Depending on what size picture you uploaded, that's the size you will appear here. Okay, so here's my shawarma chicken. All right, that gives you an idea how to do that. Let's say I want to further enhance the look of my online order page. What do? You go back to the back end. Remember, everything you do, 99% of the changes you make for your online order page occurs from this button here called Clover Orders. So go ahead, press Clover Orders, and then press Settings. Settings is right here. Let settings load. Once it loads, then you'll be back to the screen again. Now let's just go down the list. I already mentioned to you how to hide your categories. You can press this button and rearrange your items. Let's say I don't want shawarma chicken to come up first. I want it to come up third. I just go like that. See that? Now shawarma chicken is third and kufta kebab is first. So I can reorder it, okay? I can reorder this stuff. So that's how you reorder stuff. You can also reorder the categories. See how on the top right it says reorder categories? Press it so you can reorder the categories. Let's say I want platters to be after the chicken wrap. I want salad to be after the platters. I can reorder it like that. Okay, so that's a brief overview of the categories and items and reordering it. I'm sure there's a few other things I probably did not mention, so make sure to explore on your own and just learn how things work. And custom hours, I have to do a different video for that because that one takes about 10 minutes to explain. But we do have a video for that, so look it up on YouTube. Modifier groups and modifiers. What's modifier groups and modifiers? Well, modifier groups modifies an item. So when I choose my shawarma chicken wrap, it's going to ask me some questions. What do I want with it, right? These are called modifiers. And where did this come from? Again, it comes from your Clover inventory, okay? Where does it come from? It comes from here, inventory. So if you don't want to offer some kind of sauces or something, remove it from here and then sync it back to the website. Okay, so syncing again is another video that I have. So if you want to learn how to sync it, it happens right here. So suppose you change your prices, come back here and sync it right here, and then just press update modifiers or update order types. Just do all 4 of them like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just do that so you can sync all those changes you made, because you may make frequent changes or you may make changes once a month. Whenever you do make changes, make sure to sync it. And then of course, clean inventory. This is very important. If you don't know what this is, this will clean your inventory. Let's suppose I change my mind. I no longer want to sell all these items here. I remove from my Clover inventory, but then I go back to my website and it's still here. So you may be wondering, why is it still on my website? That's because you haven't cleaned your inventory yet. So make sure to clean it. So press clean and then go through these steps. And when you do clean inventory, make sure you wait till it finishes. Some people, they just press next, next, next. You don't want to keep pressing next. You don't want to do this. That's not how you clean it. The way to clean it is you press clean, you press next, you press start, and wait till it finishes, okay? Just wait till it says cleaned, then press next, then press start, then wait till it says cleaned, then press next, okay? And I know sometimes it takes a while. That's because it depends on how many items you have. I had one time, the person had like 2,000 items, so it took about 5 minutes. But, go grab a drink of water, grab a cup of Coke or Pepsi, or have a snack while it does this for you, okay? Sometimes it can take a while. See, modifiers takes longer. But in this case, this person does not have a lot of modifiers, so it'll be pretty quick. But as you can see, 47 modifiers, 4 modifier groups, and within 4 modifier groups is probably 100 modifiers. So you can see this will take about maybe 40 seconds. Okay, so just be patient with the cleaning if you need to do it. And then once it's cleaned, you'll have an inventory that's more fresh and no old items there. See, 53 items cleaned. And then categories gonna be very quick because there's only 6 categories. In this one it is. Items can take the longest, okay? So this one can take up to 5 minutes, okay? So if you ever do this one, just know that it'll take a while because most people have a lot of items. If you don't have a lot of items, then you can do it really, really quickly. Anyhow, let's move on to the next one. I'm not going to clean this because I haven't made any changes. All right, that's how you do a sync, and that's how you do a clean. So you have to decide which one to use. If you don't know what you did on your Clover inventory, you kind of did a bunch of stuff, just do both, okay? You probably removed stuff, added stuff, did a whole bunch of things, and you can't remember what you did. Just come here and do a clean, refresh the page, and do an update. This will delete stuff that you removed from Clover, and this will update stuff that you added to Clover or change prices. Again, this will not hurt your Clover. It won't affect your Clover. It only checks those and applies it here. Next one, you want to go down to checkout settings. So you have to ask yourself some questions. You want to allow customers to log in. Do you have a Facebook account that you want to connect to? You have to have a developer account. So you have to register. And I believe Facebook requires you to have 2,000 likes before you can use this feature. So make sure you have 2,000 likes. I'm not sure what the new rules are. Last time I checked, it was 2,000 likes. Next one, payment options. Do you want to accept cash or pay at location? If not, turn it off. Do you want to accept pay upon delivery? If not, turn it off. Do you want to accept credit card payments? Then turn it off. But remember, you can't have all of them off, okay? So you have to have at least one on to accept some kind of payment, okay? So if you want to only do cash, then just do cash. It's optional. But most people do it like this and like this. Again, it's up to you. This one, check your website. If it has SSL, then then if it doesn't, then turn this on. If you have SSL, then turn it off. If you're not sure, turn it on, okay? So leave it on if you're not sure. But check with your web developer and they'll tell you if you have SSL. The way to find out is, of course, check for a lock next to your URL. Coupons, do you want to accept coupons? Yes, no, just answer that question. Service fees, do you want to charge a small fee per online order? You want to charge 25 cents or $1 per online order? You can. Just type it in here. If you want to charge 5%, just to put 5 and select percent. Remember tips disabled. I have another video on tips. If you see this message, that means you don't have the tips app installed on your Clover Clover account. So you have to install the tips app. What do I mean by that? You have to go in here under more tools and install tips. Okay, there's an app called Tips. Once you install it, refresh the page, refresh the online ordering, and your Tips app will become available. Remember, if you're charging service fee and accepting tips, then know that most people may not give you a tip because they feel like you already charge them a service fee. So there's a delicate balance that you have to approach here. Either you charge them a service fee and no tips, or you do a small service fee and tips. Okay, just be careful with that. You don't want to overdo the service fee and accept tips. All right, let's move on. SMS. Do you want your customers to verify their phone number when they're paying with cash? Yes or no? If you do, then you have to enable it. If you don't, if your customers, if you know your customers and they're very reliable and you never had any problems with them, then you could disable this. But if you started getting orders and they're not showing up, then enable this. Okay, that's up to you. Every merchant, every business is different, so this is entirely up to you. Special instructions. Do you want people to leave instructions? Is that something you want? If not, disable it. If you leave it on, if you leave it on, then they may ask for extra sauces and onions and pickles and a bunch of stuff that you may not want that. Thank you page. Leave this just the way it is. I would recommend you leave it the way it is, unless you have a better one than the one we made. But if not, then just leave it the way it is. Okay, so next one, store settings. Pretty self-explanatory. Are you open, closed? This is for emergency purposes. I'd rather recommend you to close your store from your Clover dashboard, by going to account and setup and business information. But if you must, then you can do it from here. But choose one or the other and just choose one or the other. But remember, if you do from here and you go over there, you get confused. So just choose one or the other. Don't try to do both. Okay, do you want to get an email when order is placed? Put your email, put your friend's email, put your cook's email if you want. You can put up to 5 emails, but know that you get an email every time. So just kind of be forewarned about that. If you don't want to get a lot of emails, then don't put your email. Okay, so now cell phone. You have 60 days. You can try this out. Put your cell phone number here. Track stock. Do you want to track stock? Enable it. If you do, you can. Make sure to watch my video on track stock. It's under video tutorials. Okay, so that's right here, video tutorials. Remember, every one of these features you see here, I have additional video for it, so you can learn it in depth, meaning learn more about it. So I'm going very briefly about how everything works. Hours your store is available. Do you want to go by the Clover business hours, or do you want to go all hours? Okay, if you go all hours, and people are going to order online 24 hours a day, and they'll show up to your business maybe at 2 in the morning. So make sure that when you do this, you know that people can order anytime. Okay, Clover business hours. I recommend this one because it will use your Clover business hours. Okay. When you're closed, do you want to hide the menu? I say no, because allow people to see your menu all day long. That way they can order later on when they like your menu, or they can order while you're closed, but they can't schedule it until you're open. So see, it says allow schedule orders when the store is closed. So if it's 2 p.m., if it's 5 a.m., you open at 8 a.m., they can see your menu, but they can't order until it's 8 a.m. So they can order at 5 a.m., but they can't arrive until 8 a.m. So that's another cool feature. Customize the store message when the store is closed. So let's say you're closed and you want to put a special message. You can write that here. Custom store announcement. Custom pop-up message when the store again, you can put a custom message here. Show again on checkout. If you want this pop-up to appear once again on checkout, you can do that. Again, everything you see here, I have additional videos for it, okay? So if you want to know more about this feature, just go here and search for it, or go here and search for it under helpful articles. Schedule orders. Default 20 minutes. If it's 1 o'clock, the earliest the customer can pick up their food is 1:20. If it's 2 o'clock, 2:20. If it's 4 o'clock, 4:20. And the latest they can do it, if it's Monday, Thursday. If it's Tuesday, Friday. 4 days. You can go up to 90 days if you need that. I don't know why you would need that, but you can. So I can say it's January. Somebody can schedule their order all the way until January, February, March, end of March. Do you need that or not? I don't think you may need that, but if you do, it's there. Allow customers to choose ASAP. Be careful with this one, because ASAP can mean 2 different things. One, something different to you, and something different to your customer. Your customer can think ASAP means 2 minutes, and you may need 10 minutes. So be very careful how if you do use this feature. If you're like a beverage place, or like a cookie store that can do it really quickly, then just turn this on. But if you're a sandwich store or pizza store, be very careful, because your understanding of ASAP and theirs may be different. But again, it's up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you ideas. Delivery, 60 minutes. Do you need longer to deliver the food than 60 minutes? Do you or not? If not, just leave it at 60. If you need 90 minutes, then change to 90. Again, remember these things. If you get really busy during lunch, just come here and change this to 40 minutes, okay, or 50 minutes. You can use your phone. Actually, you have to use your laptop. From the phone, you may not be able to see this correctly, so do it from your laptop. Just come here and you got really busy, just change to 60 minutes. That way you have more time to make other people's food. All right, delivery too. You can, if you need 2 hours of delivery, then put 120 minutes. All right, I'm gonna leave it at 60 for now. Leave this the way it is. If it's blank, fill it out correctly. Custom CSS. Are you a developer? Do you know coding? If you do, then take advantage of it or use it. But you don't need to. It's just optional. Okay, and then custom hours. I have an entire video on this because this is a very this requires like 20 minutes or 15 minutes of video to explain it. But in short, custom hours is, see how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 category. Let's say this category is only available from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. because it's a soup. Then that's what custom hours kicks in. It says that people can only order this from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. One thing to remember about custom hours is that it has to be within your business hours. So you can't say, for example, you can't say this is available 5 to 6 a.m., but then your business hours opens at 8 a.m., okay? So you have to open at 5 a.m., your business hours, and then put your custom hours, between whatever the business hours are. So if your business hours are 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., then you can do this at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. You cannot do this at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. It has to be within your business hours, okay? I have some people put this at beyond their business hours. So you have to be within your business hours. And what happens is people can't order it once that happens. Okay, let's go to the next one. Same thing with order types. Order types is, remember order types I mentioned earlier, So you can, you have delivery and pickup. So you can do custom order types, hours. So people can do a delivery between, like you can say your delivery hours are from 2 to 5 p.m. and pickup is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., something like that. So you can do your custom delivery. And once again, these hours, if you're going to do custom hours, has to be within your business hours, okay? Has to be within your business hours. What's your business hours? Let me show you again in case you forgot. Okay, let me add my password again. Again, if you forgot what your business hours are, go to business information and then find your business hours right here. Okay, so this is when people can order. So if you're going to do custom hours, it has to be between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. It has to be between these hours. So you can't be closed Sunday and then do a delivery custom hours. Okay, it's not going to work. So make sure if you want to do custom hours on Sunday, you have to be open Sunday. All right, just want to make sure that you understand that part because some people forget that. Okay, now let's go back to the next one, delivery areas and fees. I'm going to quickly do this for you, but there's an entire video about delivery. If you want to really understand this, you have to watch the other video, but I'm going to quickly do one delivery, okay? Because I don't want to keep this video too long. I'm going to say zone 1, and then I'm going to say I deliver within a 10-mile radius because there's not a lot of traffic here. And then the customer has to order $10, okay? And the delivery fee is $2.50. And then and then it says dollar value or percentage. So since I'm doing dollar value, I'm going to choose dollar value. And I'm going to choose my color. Just use any color, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to draw my zone. Remember, your customers don't see this. It's only for you to know your delivery. So I'm located here and I'm going to deliver within this area. Okay, so anybody that orders within this area gets charged how much? $2.50. And how much do they have to order? $10 minimum, or else they can't order from this area. Okay, if they order from here, they can't. If they order from here, they can't. So make sure to set up your delivery areas. So then I press validate, select the zone, and then you can say, hey, if they spend over $100, I'm going to waive that $2.50. So there you go. You can do that too. So you can say if they spend over $100, they get free delivery. Do not fill, this is very important, don't put any number here unless you're delivering across the whole US, then put a number here, okay? If you're delivering to outside this area, like say you're delivering everywhere, then fill this out. This is a fixed delivery fee. See how it says, this will override any delivery fees you added when drawing the map. Recommended to leave blank, okay? Unless you're shipping cookies all across the US for $5, then you can fill this out. If not, just leave it blank. Other zone delivery fees, okay? Let's say they order outside this, how much you want to charge? You can say, hey, $10. But the problem with doing this is that they can, when the word outside means, they can order from Montana or Idaho or anywhere. So be very careful with using this one, unless you know your customers only going to order pretty close, not far away. All right, that's what that is. Let me just remove this one. I press save changes. Okay, next one. I think we're pretty much wrapping it up here. Store interface, yeah, I remember, I think I mentioned this, but I didn't. You have 6 interfaces to choose from. I'm not gonna go through all of them because that's another video, but you have this one by default and you can customize it. So for example, I can press customize and I can, it says display show more. What does that mean? What is, let me see, you see the show more right here? You can hide that. You can say, you know what, I don't want show more to show up because it's just one more item. Why should I do a show more for just to show the water, right? So in that case, then just don't show more, just like that. Background color, okay, so you can say, you know what, I want it to be let's just do I want to do this color, okay? So you can change your back again, you can change all your colors here. Show special instructions pop-up window after adding any item to cart. Do you want that? You're probably wondering what that is, so feel free to play with it so you can see what that is. You want to show a quantity pop-up. So what do I mean by that? For example, when I buy this, do you see how there's a quantity pop-up? You can turn that off. So I can say, you know what, don't do that. And then I'm going to press save it. And this is for modifiers. You can read this stuff when you get a chance, that way you can see what difference is. I have an entire video for this too. But what that means is that if an item has a modifier, do you want a quantity pop-up to appear? If not, you can turn it off. So that's what that means. So let me go ahead and refresh the page. Now I don't see a pop-up for quantity. It just takes me right to this. Okay, takes me right to the modifiers. All right, so that's, let me see if there's anything else I can show you. Let me just show you one last thing. If I want to use a different store interface, just press activate, refresh the page. Look, by just refreshing the page, you have a new look. There you go. See a different style. You want it like this. Remember, there's 6 of them you can choose from, so play around with it. See the one you like the best. It's up to you. No pressure. They all have unique styles, so you can choose any one of those. And let's see what else we got. Let's check the last few things here before we wrap up the video. Coupons, pretty self-explanatory. Make a coupon. Once you make a coupon, make sure to enable it here. Enable the coupon here. I have a whole new video on coupons and how it works. Okay, so now that I'm wrapping the video up, make sure to keep learning, keep engaging, keep looking through the articles, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because don't try to rush and learn everything all in 1 hour or 2 hours. It's a lot to learn. Just take your time because there's a lot of features, so you want to kind of learn it as you go on. But so rely on video tutorials and the helpful articles. What's helpful articles? Let's take a look. I click on helpful articles, and then one day I forgot how to hide an item. Just type in the word hide an item. See how it tells me how to hide an item, right? Let's say it's I haven't come and made changes in a week and I forgot how to reorder something. Just type in the word reorder and then it'll tell you how to reorder it. See, reorder categories. Let's say I forgot how to sync. Just type in the word sync and you can get all the options here. Let's say I have a problem with delivery and I don't know how to add my zones. Type in delivery settings, right? And there's a video here, you can watch it. There's lots of stuff, so just kind of work with it and learn it over time. But don't rush it. Take your time. Just get the foundation going. Add your images, pictures.